A remote control car suddenly barged into the women's restroom and stopped right at my feet. When I spotted the camera mounted on it, I was absolutely furious. I grabbed the car and stormed out to the office, demanding to know whose it was. Everyone looked at me, but nobody admitted anything. I asked again, and still got nothing but silence. I had no choice but to set the car down and try to leave. That's when it started moving on its own again. I carefully followed it as it rolled through the office and stopped in front of a door. Thinking I'd finally caught the creep, I opened it, only to find it was just a storage closet. I turned on my phone's flashlight and went inside. While I was looking around, a mop suddenly fell, making me jump. Then someone flipped on the lights and walked in. It was my boss Charlie. He slowly approached me and started taking off his jacket. Panicking, I slapped him and ran out. During my work presentation that afternoon, Charlie kept staring at me with this disgusting look that made my skin crawl. Then things got even worse. The screen suddenly started playing footage from the remote control car, and everyone watched in shock. I frantically tried to turn off the projector with the remote, but it wouldn't work. Charlie had already removed the batteries. He smirked smugly, while my male co-workers told me to stop blocking their view. I rushed to find the TV's power switch, and thankfully managed to cut the cord with scissors, just before the footage showed me. Instead of being concerned, my male colleagues criticized me for disrupting the presentation. I announced the meeting was over. Charlie dismissed everyone except me. Charlie mockingly asked how I enjoyed today's show. I begged him to stop harassing me, but he completely ignored my plea. He came up behind me, making threats, and using my job as leverage to force me to cooperate with him. Just as Charlie was about to leave, I called out to him. I made a difficult choice. I pretended to agree to his disgusting demands, but I already had a plan forming in my mind. At 7 that evening, I showed up at Charlie's office. He was already there waiting, drink in hand. I told him to relax and sit down. Then I slowly took off my jacket, slipped off my heels, playing along like I was going to comply. Charlie bragged about being the boss, and how all the women in the company had to do what he said, adding that I was the hardest one to pin down. Watching me lean against the desk and crouch down, he clasped his hands behind his head, ready to enjoy his massage. That's when he looked down and saw me holding the remote control car's camera, pointed right at him. His face went white. He snatched the car and smashed it on the floor, thinking I was trying to use his own trick against him. But he was wrong. I wasn't just recording, I was live streaming. Right at that moment, everyone was watching his true colors. Charlie finally looked scared. Within minutes, the police arrived after receiving reports. In front of everyone, Charlie got exactly what he deserved. I was finally free from his harassment, and justice was served.